because there's so much shit out there online, it's kind of hard because I've been, I've grown up with YouTube and all. It's like you listen to some videos, self-help or some motivation or advice, and sometimes it just doesn't really click. You move on to the next thing. So it's like I want to make content that sticks, that's relatable, and that's my kind of aim, is to say things that come from me and not anyone else, that I can compare to my unique experiences, so that hopefully the authenticity will translate and you'll go away and I'll say something and something will resonate. Because you hear when people say like wake up from the fucking brainwashing, blah blah blah, and you're like, yeah, I don't really give a fuck. But it's true. There's an extent of that which is true, and it's knowing about transparency and going behind the screen of all the eyes and all the judgment and all the wish-wash and jibber-jabber, all that type of bullshit, right? And it's like, some of it is figuring out the source of your unhappiness. Because sometimes we can mislabel it. We can feel shit and not, or think that something else is making us feel shit. Now, I'll give you an example. There was one time where I was planning to go out to see a friend, and for some reason I was just a bit down. I was like, fuck, I just don't feel like doing it. So I called it off. I was like, I'm not gonna do this. I didn't know why. Dinner was right around the corner, so I ate some food, and then I'm like, oh fuck, I feel fine. I feel energized. I feel like I can go out. And it was just because I was hungry, right? But I didn't realize that. I didn't really think, oh, I'm hungry. That wasn't at the forefront of my mind. What was at the forefront was my feeling of being low energy. So it took some, action, and I felt better. And then I rang my mate like, yo, I can go out, let's go. And I felt fine. So it's about figuring out what's making you feel shit. Because sometimes it can be other people. Sometimes it can be, waking up the wrong side of the bed, staring at your phone the second you wake up. That can fucking tank your feeling of the day. How you wake up, the first half an hour, it's so important, as well as going to sleep. Because your brain, I haven't read too much into it, I'm not an expert, but it's like alpha, beta. Your brain goes in another kind of level when you're going to sleep or you're waking up. It's just kind of connecting its plugs into all the sockets for you to go up. And if you expose your brain to like fucking technology first thing, it's like throwing your mind in front of you while your body is still lying down. And then that latency before things can catch up, and you can feel oneness. You can feel good. It takes a while, and you may never even get there. And it has a knock-on effect. Like, one bad day could mean a bad week if you let it. So it's about, what are you feeling? And it's about your willingness to change it. Because sometimes we're so lazy and we're so fucking content with doing the simplest things that we're unwilling or just not ready, not making that conscious choice of, I'm going to take the steps into creating more better habits. I'm going to not look at my phone. And honestly, sometimes it's about the mini battles, right? The mini wins. Sometimes when I've looked at my phone and I feel that pull, that magnetic, like, oh, I need to go on my phone. But then I turn away and I exit that gravitational field. That gives you a bit of a serotonin boost. Like, it's like, I just resisted something that was easy, chose something that's hard, and I'm a better person because of it. So it's about those mini wins. It's about resisting those minor temptations, those easy choices in life that will amount to not much, just dopamine, easy serotonin, all of the little chemicals that people, some of their jobs are how to capture your attention. You got to resist it. You got to wake up, because that's the first steps into being an individual with unique thoughts and opinions. And then you can debate and you can win over and you can have influence over the people around you. We forget, I think, sometimes the effect we have on others. We go about our day from this perspective, inwards to out, but not outwards to in. And I've had to remind myself that sometimes, like, if I'm not happy with, let's say, a group situation, am I the one, take it upon yourself to improve the wider scene, and not just sit back. Sometimes we're in the back seat of our own car, letting life, hoping that life will just deliver you something good on a silver platter. It's not how it works. You can sit in that back seat for as long as you like, but it won't amount to much. You have to get out, get in the front seat, turn the keys on, put yourself in gear, get yourself in the biting point and look and see where you're going and drive there. And doing that consciously until it becomes subconscious. Because it's all about all these mini wins. You reach a new standard. You get better, and then you're like, okay, now what's better? Get better, okay, now what's better? You keep doing that until you reach a point where you're like, I'm feeling pretty good every day. I remember, like, if I compare myself 6 months ago to my habits, I'm a completely different person to how I was 6 months ago, of a range of different reasons. But it's the mini wins that got me there. It's the new standards that got me to realize the way I should live life. So yeah, untangle yourself from the status quo. I actually make posters, and one of my posters says just that. I'll put the link in the description. Got to untangle yourself, because you can't just go along with the norm. And I know that sounds cheesy, but you have to break away. You have to do stuff that maybe might be cringy, might be out of your comfort zone, because that's where the ideas come from. That's where the new experiences go, because it's fine to just trudge along. Like, you can do that if you want. But, I think if people realized how much better they can live when they just put a bit of brain power into it. Because that's what I've done. And honestly, like, now it's like, where can I go from here? How can I improve from here? So hopefully that makes sense. Because basically I'm in Australia now. I came from England. And I was saying this the other day. My old self wouldn't have the responsibility, the capability to actually fly out on my own, message the people I needed to message, do the things I needed to do to get in order to be independent in this foreign country. Couldn't have done it back then. So, and then you reach these steps and you're like, wow, be proud of yourself. Be proud, like, I'm doing this, and I'm doing it well. Because who knows where you could be in a year, or even 6 months, or even next week, right? It's all about the steps. So, yeah, see you later.